Exactly.
So, Mr. Komar, what is trash out there, bruh?
All of it. All of it is trash. No. My whole industry is shut down.
Listen, there's some trash in the industry, though. In the
Right.
fitness industry, there is a lot of trash, though. But
So right. So he's agreeing with me.
specifically, what are you saying, though? Because
And before I get into that, real quick, this is backed by 21 years myself,
22 over
certified
here.
personal trainer.
yeah,
And
22 years of being a certified personal trainer.
Right.
Here. So you're looking at almost 45 years of personal training experience.
Right. And
So we're not just some fly-by-night guys telling you about this stuff.
not at all. Thank you for joining us here on another show. I'm Mark Komar,
I'm Akil Sherman.
and we're happy to have you guys here with our platform. This is today we're going to talk about what's trash in the industry. We're going to get straight to it. We're going to start talking about what we don't like, what we do like. Well, really, at the end of the day, what works best for you as an individual to get what you need. But there are things that are just trash that you. Unfortunately, the industry has peddled and pushed upon you all because they're buzzwords, they're keywords, and they know they can prey on your vulnerability because
Yeah.
you're looking to achieve something and reach something. Am I correct on this so far?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of predatory behavior, unfortunately, in our
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of vulnerability in the clientele. And that is a match made in hell.
Right, and it's not your fault, but I will fault us, and that's
Yeah.
why I say.
Yeah.
Then he didn't like the title at first. I came with the title.
Yeah, we definitely.
Because I just feel like, we have to call it what it is, so therefore we can start to bring awareness to it, right? And we'll give you my version of why I'm saying certain things are trash,
Yeah.
and then we'll give you what's actually the proper approach to it,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can actually throw out what it is trash and actually take what the substance is and make it work for you.
And get some benefits.
Exactly.
So, Mr. Komar, what is trash out there, bruh?
All of it. All of it is trash. No. My whole industry is shut down.
Listen, there's some trash in the industry, though. In the
Right.
fitness industry, there is a lot of trash, though. But
So right, so he's agreeing with me.
specifically, what are you saying, though? Because
And before I get into that, real quick, this is backed by 21 years myself,
22 over
certified
here.
personal trainer.
Yeah.
And
22 years of being a certified personal trainer.
Right.
Here. So you're looking at almost 45 years of personal training experience.
right. And
So we're not just some fly-by-night guys telling you about this stuff.
not at all. Worked at Bally's from Detroit, Michigan, from Cleveland, Ohio to Atlanta, Georgia, where we're
Yeah.
actually airing this particular video.
Right.
To Los Angeles, California, to running a company in Atlanta
Yeah.
that dealt with Hartsfield-Jackson National Airport, Hawks, Falcons, cheerleaders.
City of Atlanta, the state of Georgia. So
Right.
RSUI,
Yeah. Hinesboro Inc.
Intercontinental Hotel Group,
Right.
So like your State Bridge and Crown Plaza. But yeah,
And we've had staff from here in Atlanta to LA. So
Yeah.
about over our time we running that company was about 10 people that we hired
Yeah.
and put on positions, trainers, massage therapists, chiropractors.
Yeah.
I myself going out to LA, training Mariah Carey, Stevie Wonder, and Gabrielle Union. So when we talk about this and we say what we're saying, this is coming from him still in the game for 22 years, training people all around the world himself and having traveled all around the world
Right.
himself.
We'll get to that later.
Right. That's a whole nother conversation. So when we talk about this is coming from a genuine understanding
Yeah.
of going through the ebb and the flow and going through the application of what's good, what's bad.
and watching the industry just transform,
And
just
evolve.
watching the growth of the industry itself, the fitness industry, it has been a sight to behold, to say the least.
Right. So, and I think you can hopefully tell by our statures that
Right, we ain't out here.
we played a part, right? So, what's trash? And I go back to all of it. No, if you're not with us, what's trash is literally the fads, you know. And in my book, what's trash is how we as an industry, like we started off by talking about, disseminate the information to you as a consumer to say, hey, keto diet, hey, intermittent fasting, hey, reset your metabolism, hey, 7-day water fast, hey, do all these things, be a vegan or vegetarian. That's the only way to do it. To me, this is trash because it's thrown out there blanketly a lot of times without the right backing to give the proper education as to why. People will say, well, no, I'm telling you that I've had 10 clients see results. I've used this myself, and these are the results I've seen. And I say it's trash because most of the time in this day and age, to be honest with you, in this social technological world, it's easy for you to go copy and paste someone's before and after. It's easy for you to, and I hate that, but this is the real. It's easy for people to go copy and paste and say, look, this was my client and I work with them. It's easy for you to get a friend and say, hey, I work with you and this is what I need you to tell somebody.
Trainers up there faking the funk, man.
Faking the funk.
Damn.
Faking the funk. And so what the consumer sees is this. And the consumer is someone who, like you said, is vulnerable, was our key term.
Yeah.
So they're like, look, I've tried everything. And so I'm tired. I'm fed up. I just want the thing that's going to work. I see this before and after. You keep sending me this in my emails. You keep sending me this in my Instagram feed. I have to trust that you know what you're talking about. Plus, you got a 6-pack.
Or you got a big butt.
Or you got a big butt. Then you got nice calves and nice legs.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, it's trash if that health professional peddles that buzzword, right? And then when you get with that health professional as a consumer, that health professional does not give you the proper backing, because most of the time they don't. They don't ask enough questions.
Yeah.
They damn sure don't ask enough questions. And they don't know where to take you and guide you for you specifically.
That's what they doing.
But based off of, I tailor make or I customize it. So what I need you to talk to these people about is how not to make this trash and how to make it, because there are people out here, you being particular, me being particular, as well as some other quality people out here.
Trainers.
There are some quality health professionals out there.
Yeah.
And you will know the distinction based off of what?
The questions they ask. Like when you are first starting out with a trainer, you can kind of tell if they just are forcing you into a cookie cutter situation, or if you give the feedback that, hey, this isn't working, and like, just try it, keep doing it. Like and if you have questions about that, like your spidey sense is tingling, it probably is not the thing you need to be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like he talked about the like keto, like I damn near feel like we need to break them down one by one, because like with keto, it does work, but everybody shouldn't be doing it. Like it's not a blanket thing. And then I think what my colleague is saying is that because people they want the results, they want the outcome, but they haven't done the due diligence, and the professional hasn't done the due diligence to give you the proper guidance that you need to have in order to do the thing correctly. You just out here on some nonsense.
That's the trash part.
And I mean, because everybody thinks they are a expert because they have Google.
WebMD.
I did my research. What, you looked at 2 websites? Go sit down with your research.
WebMD and Google said.
Right. What?
But you found WebMD through Google, so therefore.
Right. So that was one of your research, part of your research.
Right.
Get out of here. But and like paleo, because in terms of diets, we're talking about a way of eating that may not be sustainable.
Right.
Like again, keto does work for some people, but you have to understand with keto in particular, that you're consuming a lot of fat. And you have people who are eating a lot of fat and not paying attention to their levels. They don't know what their blood is doing, their blood work. They don't know they don't know about the inflammation. And you need to be eating a shit ton of vegetables if you're eating a shit ton of fat, like, because your body needs to break that down. And so, you're eating bacon and beef and what else? Like
butter.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you just going ham, literally. And you like, I'm losing body, you may start to see the transformation outwardly, but you don't know what's going on inside your body. You're not doing and your health professional isn't giving you that insight. And then if you're going it alone, at that point you're just winging it, right? So you may be setting yourself up for some future issues, even though you can look good and still be sickly on the inside.
And that's why I say it's trash, because I do not think that we are talking about the internal enough as a profession.
No.
We're not talking about, like you said, the internal metrics of, your cholesterol, your sugars, your lipids, you know what I'm saying, your serotonin, melatonin, whatever, your
HDL,
your HDL, right? We're not talking
blood
about
pressure. Did you have blood pressure?
Right. No, but we're not talking about that enough. And I think that's why I say to just throw out these buzz terms because they sell.
Yeah.
That's really what it boils down to. It sells because, well, I heard about keto. My good friend, well, not really my good friend, I heard from a friend of a friend.
Right. Somebody that looked good told me some shit. I did it because I want to look like them. Okay.
Right. I happened to do the walk around tour at Crunch, and the trainer that showed me around talked about keto. So I feel like that has to have some kind of relevance.
Right.
And that's what people are going off of. And I think that's why I say it, and that's why I'm saying it's trash. And that's what I want us to approach better as an industry, better as a platform that's having this ability to disseminate information out to people.
The ability to influence fitness.
Right.
How about that?
Right.
With your influencing fitness asses out there.
So he's basically saying you fitness influencers, right? But again, so, and you know, I'm again, not to indict you. I understand we all have to make our living. I get it. But if you want longevity, and what our platform is about high level sustainability
and
with
quality
of your health and wellness. And in order to have that quality, high level of sustainability, there's multitude of variables that need to be checked off correctly in order for you to do this. Yeah. And if we're so anxious to just get that, bottom line.
And let me say this though, because we are giving it to the trainers, but some of the pressure is put upon by the client, because they, sometimes our clients come to us wilding, like, you've been eating pizza, French fries, drinking alcohol, eating the chips for years. And now you have an event coming up in 2 months and you want to lose like 40 pounds. And you come in at a trainer like, hey, I want to get ready for this thing. And so the trainer is trying to actually help. But so part of that is them feeling compelled to do certain things too. And it's kind of like, you want to tell the person like, hey, this is what's best for you. So I think that's part of it. Am I off base?
Off base. I feel like, I'll give a perfect example. I'm with a superstar celebrity. You know what I'm saying? I won't name because I'm putting.
Right.
But I would say this: in the '90s, she held down the '90s. So if you know who that is vocally. So 5 octaves. So you know who that is. So I was working with her personally, and that you were right there with me. We talked every day because I was in Vegas, with the person, and she wanted me to give her something, you know what I'm saying, to help her quickly be able to perform. And the dichotomy, the conflict of wanting to, she's paying me nicely, you know what I'm saying? This is a megastar, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Literally a megastar.
Right.
I have to make the decision. Do I provide her with the thing she's asking for? I will say this, I did order it. I never gave it to her. It was in the trunk of the rental car that they were paying for me to drive around town. Yeah. Never gave it to her because I could never get myself to do the thing just for the dollar. Yeah. Just for that quick moment, because I knew it was going to have a reverberation effect on her that was going to be catastrophic. The Michael Jackson effect. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody wants to be the doctor that, rest in peace, Mike.
Right. So, and that's literal. Like I had at one of the, because there's levels to this shit, I guess, right? But at a real time, I had to be faced with, and I was, what was I, like 30, mid-30s or something at the time, like 30,
early to mid-30s.
Yeah, so this is a few years ago. But my only point is, the values that we have, it's the values that you've always had. We have to understand the truth will always outweigh. So I say that to say, even if the client is giving us pressure to try to reach that goal. Yeah. It's up to you to know as a health professional, and that's why I say don't be trash.
And something else you said is meet them where they are. Meet them where they are. And, because people come to you with what they want. It's up to us as professionals to give them what they need.
Exactly. Exactly.
And sometimes the client doesn't like that, but then they can understand. I think the clients come around when they realize you have their best interest at heart. Mm-hmm. And they have to, the average person respects that. Yeah, they understand. Like, okay.
Well, at the end of the day, if the average, and so I would say this. I keep saying the trash part is on us because the customer, a child is going to be a child.
Right.
A child doesn't know. You know what I'm saying? A child's going, I want, and you should want because you're a child. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. When you're a consumer, you don't know. You just see what's being advertised to you, and you're trying to figure out what's the best approach.
Because there's so much noise out there too in the fitness world.
And this is 2022 right now as this being aired. You know what I'm saying? Like it's at this particular juncture over the past 30 years or so, it's a lot coming at us. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to us as the professional to have a sense of values, which you taught me, a sense of values of understanding what we're going to disseminate. Now, if that means me having to take a step back, you know, economically for a moment, or, you know, for a few clients, I'd rather that, because it's the thing, when I do get that one client that's going to hear the truth of what I have to give them, and they're going to follow the, you know, A, B, C, D, step 1, step 2, step 3 approach, they're going to get the results that they're looking for.
And you'll get more clients like that.
And you'll get more clients like that.
That's the other thing that you want to think about. You know, sometimes we can be short-sighted, particularly when we're not doing so well financially. We'll do whatever we need for the dollar, which I get that. I mean, everybody's situation is different. So, you know, I'm not going to whatever. But if you can adhere to what he's saying, you know, because eventually you want longevity. You want that long money. I mean, what do you want? You want the short money or long money, right? And so you're better. You can check both boxes of getting the money and helping your client.
Which is that's why we're addressing what's trash and what's not, because if we understand that the key buzzwords right now, unless you find in these buzzwords that, you know, keto diet, intermittent fasting, reset your metabolism, if that's what the client needs, cool. If they don't need that, don't provide that. Be able to provide them with what they need. So if a client comes to you and says, I heard about keto diet, you should be well versed enough to understand what the keto diet is about, but you should also be able to be well versed to know what a intermittent fasting is about. So therefore that actually fits your specific needs better than this keto diet. But what you're doing is you're resting on the fact that only thing I studied or only thing I Googled as a trainer, because I didn't do my certification properly, you know what I'm saying, was keto. I did research on that.
Right.
So I'm going to go with that because
somebody told me about it.
Or someone told me about it, and I'm going to go with that. Plus, because I know I look good, they'll believe me. And that's what people are selling.
That's true.
Just like when we first started, you know, 20 years ago, I was a bad trainer when I first started, because I was going off of, I was a collegiate basketball player. Do these sprints, do these box jumps, do a few of these squats.
I don't care if you're a 45-year-old female bus driver, Mary. Get your ass in that box now.
I don't care if you ain't exercised in 15 years. Get your butt up there and do these jumps. I don't care if you're overweight.
I don't give a shit. I don't care about your hurting knees. I don't give a shit about your hurting hips. Hit that shit.
You better blow that patella. I didn't even know what a patella was. You better blow that. Don't worry about it. Push through it.
Oh
Set your goal and go for it. Hitting all these words.
Oh God.
Affirmations and stuff.
Oh God. Clients, I mean trainers, man.
Right, because that's what, you know, so when you're young, okay, you kind of get a little leeway, but for the most part, man, at this particular juncture, man, it's such a diverse age range of supposed experts. And my thing is, don't be trash. Be better. Do not give what you feel you've done well with, and that is supposed to fit Mary.
Right.
40 something.
Right.
You know, mom of 3, career woman, you know what I'm saying, and newly divorced, you know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? There's so many other psychological, you know, neuro issues going on with, you know, with that hormonal issues that we have to address.
Lifestyle things,
socioeconomic. It's all these things that play a part in why she is where she is and trying to get to a different goal. You know what I'm saying? So that's the trash that I'm talking about. That's the trash we're talking about. I'm not saying that. I know it sounds as if I'm saying in the initial that
all those things, those modalities are useless. But
right. I'm not saying that they're right. I'm saying how we approach these modalities as an industry and how we market them.
It's marketing.
Right.
We're doing predatory. Our industry is definitely guilty of predatory marketing. You know, we, again, take advantage of emotions that people are going through because people have such a deep connection with their body. You know, if you look good, you feel good. If you don't like how you look, you don't necessarily feel great. And so when you are in that space, you're very vulnerable and you're open and susceptible to listen to whatever. Right. And so somebody that looks good, that you think looks good, and they talking right, and you hear, like you said, you hear the words keto, you hear intermittent fasting, you're like, oh yeah, that's what I need. And then you go to that person and they give you the shit, and then that's not really what you actually need. Right. And so that's, I believe, what Mark is getting at. So that's what we're saying. So just to clear that up, keto can work, but it's not a cookie cutter thing that everybody should be doing. Paleo, being a vegan, being vegetarian, intermittent fasting, resetting your metabolism. These are methods and modalities that can be effective, but that doesn't automatically mean everybody can and or should do them.
That's right. And that's why we brought the point.
Yeah.
We want to make sure you understand that they are just modalities, but every modality has to fit a certain person a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's absolutely correct on that. So just be aware of, don't get caught up in the trash. Don't get caught up in the trash. Don't get caught with the influencer, like he said, that looks great, and is pushing this. And unless they actually give you a thorough breakdown behind why it can work for you after knowing what you need to be able to get to the goals you need to try to get to. All right.
Ask yourself real quick. I just want to jump in there. As a client, when you talk or connect with the person, ask yourself, did you feel heard? Did you feel heard? Do you feel like when you told them what they needed, what you needed, do you feel like they heard you? Did they speak back to you with your goal in mind? And did it make sense on any level? Like some things, there's going to be a little discomfort when you're starting something new. But you're I like to say, your spidey sense, your intuition is going to kind of say, hey, I don't know if I need to be doing that. So that's something to ask yourself.
I think that's brilliant, and I think that's absolutely correct. We talk about gut health and all that. Check your gut. Listen to your gut. Listen to your gut. Listen to your gut.
Yeah.
Because your gut actually connects to your brain. So think about that. We'll get into all that later conversation about the sympathetic, parasympathetic, because we understand the body. We understand the biology. Right. This is why we're professionals. So we understand that. So, but he's absolutely correct. Listen to what I love the term spidey sense, because that'll let you know, and you need to make the right decision for yourself. All right. So don't get caught up in the trash. Enjoy this process. The modalities can work, but you got to find the right modality that will work for you. All right. And find the right health professional that will hear you. Right. Is what you said. So, all right. Thank you guys. We appreciate it. We'll look forward to talking to you guys again soon. Okay.